when they hated, didn't think we make it. Now they break their neck just to look at me. Remember when I called you and you didn't fall through? Now you hate yourself, you can look at me, look at me. You made me.
And what up, what up, what up? What's good with y'all? Alright, so what are we getting into today? If you've been watching the last couple videos, you guys know I've been complaining about the rain for the last 2 weeks or so. Ain't nothing changed. It's still gonna be the same stuff, but right now we dry, so we're gonna be messing with the notchback a little more, getting the rest of the body kit installed. Probably gonna be swapping these rear wheels out because they are trash, but we got spares for those. I'm still waiting on the tuner lug nut key to come because I don't have a tuner lug nut key that fits whatever style these lug nuts are. These are like bigger or whatever. I think Ford uses like a weird lug nut style, like 1/2 inch or something like that. You know, we use JDM stuff around here. We used to 12.125, 12.15, but these are probably like some other shit. So we gotta wait for that. Hopefully a right key comes. I got 2 sets coming. Hopefully one of those keys are gonna be the right ones, but yeah, that's what we getting into today. So hopefully today I'll have the kit fully mounted. Something that you guys didn't see is I ended up swapping the over fenders around from the left and right side because yeah, they were backwards. I don't think it really matters other than the way it was cut, but the arch itself is the same. One thing I will note for you guys, anybody that's interested in getting the fender flares for their notches, if you look on the website, there's going to be 2 different part numbers for the front and the rear. The rears are going to be more expensive than the fronts, but I promise you the fronts and the rears are the exact same fenders. There's no difference between the fenders, only a left and a right. And why the rear ones cost like an extra, I think 100 something bucks more than the fronts is mind-blowing. So don't do like me and buy front and rears. I promise you the front and rears are exactly the same. There's no difference between the two. Put them up to each other and measure them side by side, and there's literally no difference. Only difference is a left and a right. There's no front and back. So just go ahead and get the 2 fronts. It's going to be cheaper. Don't do a front and rear. Don't get bamboozled. It's like being like, oh yeah, I need clutch fluid and then brake fluid. It's like, it's the same shit, just a different price. That's exactly what happened with these fenders. So wanted to note that for y'all. A little hack for the WideBody Fox dudes. But yeah, let's get this thing uncovered and start kind of getting on what we're getting on today. So yeah, just to show y'all what I was talking about. And even, remember how I had cut these? You guys seen when I had cut the lines? Even when I had flipped them, it didn't matter. They lined up perfectly fine because the body line is still going to be the exact same spot. So when I took it from the other sides and flipped them over, same, like literally the exact same thing. Only thing that's going to throw you off is you'll see like a little body line right here, and then you see the factory body line on the car. It's not going to line up. It just won't. If you look at these pockets right here, the fender actually sits in that little pocket. Like this is where the body line goes for when if you want to put the molding back on. It literally sits right in there. So there's no like, oh, let me lift this up and twist this to get this line to work. You can see right there, even here, it's like in the body line pocket. So don't pay attention to this line. Like it will not line up. And when I switched them from left to right, you can see literally nothing changed on the look of it. Like left and right, the arch didn't change or anything. Only thing that changed was instead of that being on that side, it literally went on this side, and it kind of made this line up a little bit better, but overall, like it didn't do shit. I had cinched this down, so now you can actually see this is flat. I'm literally just trying to get it as much together as I can, just so I can get like a better idea. So I think y'all seen a rear view of this thing, how it looks with the kit and everything on. I definitely like it. I hate the way this looks without the over fenders motored in right now. This looks hella tacky, but once those fenders are motored in, game changer, bruh, for sure. Let's get this thing jacked up, and we're gonna test fit these big dads over here. I don't know how these are gonna fit, but we're gonna gamble. We're gonna try them. This is a 18 by 12 negative 20 offset. Yeah, so these big dads ain't gonna work. So that's the difference on how wide my 300ZX is compared to this thing. Jeez. I would literally have to make this, like, cut this right here and widen it like 4 inches. Like, that ain't gonna happen. So yeah, let's take these back off. And
if you vibe, gon' hit ya. People who ride with ya, get it live. Who can paint that picture? Ain't no way we losing inches. Climb them fences, get bruised up, got stitches. Bring them back to their senses. Know how the game go. Checks and payrolls remain the same. No forecast, Eli, baby. Time out, ride out. You can let them hate me. Getting love everywhere we go. Don't carry vendettas, doing everything better. Step into the scene and they stuck like leather. Groupies follow me for the green. Pause to proceed, but we never lost. Trying to be fake. Tell me what it.
these wheels do fit better for sure, because these are like 9s. These are 10.5s. This has a taller tire, so fills it in a little bit better. But I might put something else on here. Yeah, I've been sitting here walking around looking at this thing for like the last 30 minutes. You can see my little chair right there. I was sitting in and I was like, not 100% sure on how I feel about the 5 spokes on here. Like, I love them on the turbo coupe, but on here I'm not fully sold. Not sure. Almost want to order a matching set for the fronts. Just get another set of the fronts for the rear and like a 10.5 or something. I don't know how I feel. Kind of feel like this car deserves some deeper dish wheels. If not, something a lot more concave like the front. Let me try to get this lip kind of on here. Kind of mocked it up last time, but didn't fully mount it because, like I had told you guys, the front fender needs to go back a lot more, but we'll adjust that once the new fenders come and we actually fully mount everything up before the molding. So yeah, let me kind of try to get this front lip mocked up. That way it's at least on there and looking more complete. All right, another little dilemma that we're running into with this thing is, you can see the front lip is hitting the tire. This fender is like super chopped out originally. So currently the way this kit is set up is looking like this kit has a wild amount of caster pulling it forward. I honestly personally like the stage 2 kit that's on my notchback. So if I could reverse engineer this and just redo this whole thing, I would literally do this with a stage 2 angle kit instead of the stage 3. I think this, like I told you guys before, the stage 3 is super invasive. You do a lot of chopping, whereas the stage 2 is kind of more bolt-on friendly, and it gives you way more than enough angle to slide the Fox. Like, I have no issue sliding my turbo coupe. Like, that thing felt amazing. So I would like to reverse engineer this, man, versus chopping it. Like, I still want it to look like a complete car. So we'll see, but you can just look at it and see, like, there's insane amount of caster. The way the angle kit's designed, I guess with the lower control arms and everything, just adding a lot of caster to it. So if we want to make this work, we would literally have to radius this kind of out this way to give the clearance for the wheel to travel. But this side doesn't have a fender on, so you can see it a bit better, and it's just like this impossible. Like, we can't even get this thing to sit flat. Caster's like crazy forward. The stage 3 kit, a lot of people run it for drift builds, but I think the stage 2 is a bit more like street car friendly. I literally can't do nothing until I get the suspension and shit like figured out. Like, there's still a lot that needs to be done to the chassis to get everything to work. So, you know, it's a little bit more complicated than just like, all right, we're just gonna bolt this shit on and go. It's a matter of trying to get it to look good still and maintain the styling. So worst case, we'll just radius this out a bit more and probably just close it off or something on the back end. Let me start this thing up real quick. I left the door open the other day, so I want to make sure this freaking battery ain't dead. Man, while this thing's warming up, let me do a light check. I didn't even see if all the lights and shit worked on here. Nothing. Turn these on and the hazards. That way we know if the blinkers are working. Turn signals, everything working. Well, at least in the back. Let's see with the front. Fronts are working. I might swap these out for LEDs on the corners. I like when the outers are yellow on the Fox. Like that way you can actually tell, you feel me? Like when somebody's looking from the back, you can see it. I don't think I want white turn signals, but at least everything works. People were hella like, man, the turbo coupe deserved these lights, so we might swap them. I don't want to crash and boof these ones up. Just in case we do tear the front end up. All right, so just covered this thing up. I'm actually about to be hitting Sonoma Raceway right now. The guy that runs the drift program, who is Farouk, also a FD driver, he's sponsored by Nuke, and he's going to be donating a Nuke surge tank to us for the LSA 350Z. So that's going to be a big lifesaver. So yeah, anywho, meet him at the racetrack. I'm going to jump in the Versa and head over there. But if you watching this, Farouk, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. I know you don't be on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying? If you are watching this, let me just say thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, so we over here checking out these Nuke surge tanks right now. My man Farouk's, you know, pro FD driver and shit.
What's up?
I think this one's like a triple pump, huh?
Yeah, they're both. So this one has a dual pump hanger, and that one has a triple pump hanger. Both will work. And here's your adapters. See, so if it has a different size pump,
oh yeah,
you have a little adapter for it.
This one looks like it'll fit a 350 pump right here.
So what I can do is I'll give you both the hangers, and then you figure out which one works.
All right, man, we're about to be shaking. Thank you, man. Thank you. Our little sponsored surge tank, which is dope because you can, I mean, we'll go over when we get home. I'll show y'all it, or we'll wait for a LSA 350Z video on this. But yeah, I'll give you guys the full rundown on how that is, because it's actually a sick surge tank. I might end up switching my SC unit out for something like this. This is pretty dope. But shout out to Farouk, man, for sponsoring this and setting us up with the Nuke Performance surge tank, man. Appreciate y'all. Man, look at this view. Look at all the floods, man. You can look over there. All that stuff is flooded. Floodland. All right, I got one last thing that I want to address and talk to you guys about real quick. Phase 3 has a lower control arm, like the whole shebang, almost like similar to like a Y-Sfab for a FoxBody, I guess you could say, like something along those lines. And what happens with the Stage 3 kit is, remember how we couldn't get the front lip to line up? Well, the Stage 3 kit has a lot more caster than the Stage 2. The Stage 3 kit has the caster to make sure you have the correct Ackerman and all that in place. That way the car doesn't feel hella funny when you slide. And sometimes we have a whole bunch of angle and the Ackerman and everything and the pivot points aren't set up right. It has angle, but it still doesn't handle correctly. So this is all worked out and correct. Sorry, battery had died. The thing that I'm gonna have to deal with is the caster. If I plan on being competitive with this thing and actually driving it how I want to drive it, doing tandems and all that, then it's kind of like I gotta sacrifice a little bit of the styling and kind of deal with it. So my way of combating that, what I plan to do to finish like the whole WideBody look on what I want to do, is I want to, so you can see right here, the fender is already pushed further forward than the actual fender and the side skirt. So it's about, I want to say, a little bit over an inch forward right here in this area. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, once I get the new fenders, it's gonna be just like this, but I'm gonna cut it right here in this area. Cut it right here so we can radius it all the way out. But exactly how they have the front cut on these fenders, I'm gonna do a similar thing, but I'm going to move the fender well area forward to where the fender arch just gets moved forward. So I'm pretty much going to shift the body line. It won't be that noticeable, but that's kind of what I got to do if I want to make this work like this. So again, right there, you can already see if this fender was pushed way back, there would be no way that we would be able to clear the caster. So yeah, about 1.5 inches forward this way, and then once the wheel goes in with less offset, it should be able to tuck inside the fender. And worst case scenario is, if I can't get it to clear right here, I would just keep moving the fender forward to where when we swing, we don't hit the front or the back part of the fender. And to get the front lip on, I'm gonna also do the same thing. What I'll do is, once we get this cut out, get the fender placement how we need it to, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the lip, go over here and show y'all. I'm gonna take the lip, since it is a straight section, and literally just cut it. And then once we get it to where we need to get it at, to where it doesn't hit the wheel, all we'll do is just move it forward, place a new slit, and then just pretty much fill it back in. So I am gonna have to shorten this up if I want it to work. Other than that, it ain't gonna work with the stage 3 kit. So essentially all I have to do is shift the wheel wells forward. I mean, I've already done it right here. It just needs to be all molded in. So that's the difference on the factory fender and compared to how much more caster this has over like a stage 3. The wheel would be way back, but again, you wouldn't have the correct accurement and all that for the angle if you move the caster back. So once the new fenders are here, we'll get all this chopped up, get it mocked up kind of where it needs to be, but I don't want to chop anything and I don't want to mold anything until I get this the new arms all installed, and then we get this thing on alignment. Once the alignment and everything is like straight and I know like, all right, this is where it's gonna be at, this is where the wheels fit inside the fender well, then we'll mold everything in and get it to where it needs to be. But that's literally the only way we can do it, is by moving the fender well forward and then shortening the lip up if I want to make this kit work properly. A lot of people see the Meyer Racing. Meyer Racing was actually kind of like made with this kit, so this kit is designed to work around the Meyer Racing WideBody kit. But any notchback or FoxBody that you see that drifts or autocross and they have an angle kit on it, then more than likely they're going to be running the Meyer Racing kit, because the Meyer Racing kit is already radiused out for, you know, for this whole little shebang right here. I feel like if I really want to be competitive and throw down angle and actually make this a drift car, then I just got to sacrifice the little bit of the styling on what I wanted to do and just try to make it work. I mean, essentially, it's the same thing that Rob Don did. Rob Don, remember he made the dude with the fucking FD, the 4-rotor. Essentially what he did was made his FD like a longer track width. He basically gave it a longer wheelbase. So it's kind of like what I have to do here, but it's not fully making the car longer. It's literally just making the fender look longer, moving forward. I did want to get that in the video to note people that if someone's trying to do a similar setup or planning on drifting their notch and they want to do the WideBody, then just make sure you take a look at that. And we got the surge tank right here. I'm about to just start assembling this thing. I already kind of started putting it together, but I'm gonna get this thing fully assembled. All right, there we go. Got the surge tank pretty much assembled. This is kind of how this is gonna go. I mean, we're gonna mess with it and flip the orientation, obviously, but and these connectors are gonna get cut off. We're not gonna be using these connectors. They're gonna be going directly to these power sources right here. Yep. So that'll be like that, and then each one will feed into its own nipple over here. So it's a matter of getting the line to flex over here. So more than likely some E85, like accordion style plastic line or whatever. That's E85 friendly from here to here. And then you got the dash 10. So we are gonna be doing a dash 10 feed and dash 8 return. One of these is gonna have to be swapped because on the tank currently it's a dash 6, so it will be fed by a dash 6, but the rest of the system that supplies the engine will be dash 10, dash 8 return. Off cam little things that you guys didn't see is I finally got the over fender sitting 100% straight, like everything's lined up. Did some trimming, got it sitting flush enough to where my boy could actually panel bond this together and get some molding. But like I said, I'm not going to, that'll be the last thing I do. It looks way better without it all sticking up and shit now. This view right here looks so dope. Like, I love the way this is looking from these angles. Not bad, not bad, not bad. We got SVO Rick, aka SOB Rick, on his way over here right now. Rick's gonna be taking the notchback, and he's about to be pretty much just doing a once over on this thing, checking on the angle kit, making sure all that's all situated, making sure all the nuts and bolts are tight, just pretty much doing a once over and getting it ready for the next phase of this. What's up, blood? We should have just dropped it off at your house in the first place. So what you think? What you think? Now you gotta look at this side. The other side ain't got everything on.
I like it.
It's wide.
I still like the Myers. I like the Myers because you just put the whole fucking fender on and be done.
Yeah, but that's what everybody does.
It's easy.
Yeah, everybody does that though.
Yeah, you are the oddball.
Name one coupe other than Shreddin who had these fenders, and that's because I gave him my last set.
I don't know. I haven't really looked into them. I got the cheapest ones on Amazon, so I don't fuck.
I gave him my other set, and then he went and crashed in the donut box.
Bruh,
a week after he got it painted. I looked at the Meyer Racing, I almost ordered them today because Shredding was looking for these fenders again. I was like, man, I was gonna tell him like, you want them? I'll give them to you for $700. And then I was gonna buy the Meyer Racing, but then after shipping and taxing, I was like, boy, I ain't paying $1,800 for no fenders.
Ain't these coupe rims?
Yeah, these are ones off the coupe.
Yeah. What do you got on there right now?
Remember the bronze wheels?
I've been going too crazy, these niggas too shady. Speed limit 65, I'm about to do 80. Fuck the niggas hating on. I've been on the come up, you can go to speed, but it's better if you run up.